Let's talk about WWE 2K24's next DLC and everything you need to know. The first thing is going to be 2K revealing Jade Cargill's entrance. This is going to be her WrestleMania 40 look that she had. She's got the short hair with it. The attire looks really accurate. I love how the design came together. Her motion capture and her model, I think 2K actually nailed it with this one. Some DLC models, they don't look all that great, but this one with Jade, I think is phenomenal. I think it's super accurate, and I'm so glad that she's going to be in the game this year. The only downside is going to be that Jade obviously changes her hairstyle almost every single PLE that we get. And so with this, we got the really short one. But if you guys are into the modding community, they will obviously have different models, different versions coming out. So keep your eyes on community creations because there's probably going to be a ton of stuff and a ton of different attires and looks for Jade Cargill. Now, the Global Superstars pack is coming out in September, and it is September, and I'm very excited. We made it past all the other DLC nonsense, and we're getting into the good stuff. The Global Superstars pack is giving you Jade Cargill. We're gonna get Nia Jax, Michelle McCool, Carlito, Kairi Sane, Lyra Valkyria, Dragon Lee, and the Myfaction content. This is one of the most anticipated packs, but the good news is they've actually changed the dates. If you go to WWE 2K's website, you will see that the DLC for the Global Superstars pack has actually moved up 2 days. It was going to be September 20th, but they've changed it and it's now going to be released September 18th. Shout out to SmackDown Hotel because they were the ones that were able to notify this to everybody in the community first. So there is a bit of a gap, and this has been one of the concerns for people, is that we're waiting a long time for these DLCs, and in between all of that, end up doing this. In between all of that, it really feels like they're going to be releasing a lot of the Persona cards, and I know that a lot of the comments are, oh my god, more Myfaction, I don't like it, I don't want it. People are like, don't even talk about it. And I totally understand where you're coming from. Pricing on them is all over the place. It's really hard to grind some of these, but I want to let everybody know that we should expect and anticipate more Myfaction content, more Persona models coming out in the very near future, in September, October, November, and probably even all the way through December to January if I had to make a guess. One of them that we know of, and personally I am excited and I hope it's not going to be too much of a grind, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner 98 is coming out very, very soon. Scott Steiner will be available in the Sami Zayn and Chainmail live event. You're gonna need the Sami Zayn card to go with this in order to unlock it, and this is kind of the way it's all gonna be. Now, are we gonna get Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner's full Trons and everything and his music? I certainly hope so. My fear is that they don't do Scott Steiner's entrance with the accurate Trons for 98 and his music. I worry that they're going to do just NWO as kind of a default. They really shouldn't do that. If it's 2K and you're going to release Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, you need the siren, you need to holler if you hear me. You got to go all the way with this one. The other one that has come out, and it seems to be very difficult to unlock, is going to be the Slim Jim version of Macho Man Randy Savage. And I say this is a hard one because you need quite a bit in order to get Macho Man. You require the LA Knight Amethyst card from the Superstars Series 2 pack, but to get the LA Knight card, you can see on screen here, there are 5 other Ruby cards that you need to collect from Superstar Series 2 that will give you the LA Knight card. And then you use the LA Knight card, and then you could go and do the match to get the Slim Jim. It's a lot of work. And if you go to community creations and you look at what's the status, for example, he's got a alt version of Slim Jim Macho Man Randy Savage. You guys could just get that if you want to. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of grinding in order to just get a skin, a reskin. That's a lot of work, but it is there if you guys are interested, and they are releasing more and more events, more live events. There's going to be more Persona cards. And to stay on this just for an extra minute here, guys, the Persona cards are going to continue, like I said. And if you follow the Pro Wrestling Shoot, Jesse did a wonderful job interviewing the head developer over there for Myfaction, and they talked and they answered a lot of community questions regarding Myfaction and the concerns people had regarding pricing and the models and, you know, not getting music and Trons and things of that nature. One of the big takeaways, though, and I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to go check out the full interview, but one of my biggest takeaways from that interview is that Persona cards are here to stay. Myfaction's here to stay. They're going to do it in 2K25, and they're going to do even more in 2K24. And that's why I feel like with the gaps in the DLC release dates, you are going to see more events. He did say, based on the leaks, we've seen Witty the G, for example, he's released like a full list of all of the different Persona cards that we could expect. In the interview, they said that Some of them are accurate, some are not, in terms of leaks and what's been floating online. We know CM Punk is going to be a live event and Persona cards are going to be in there, but are we going to get the proper entrance motions, looks, Trons, music for CM Punk when those events go live? I think that this is just the beginning for Persona cards this year, where they're really going to be pushing out a ton. But one of the key takeaways I got from that interview with Jesse was going to be that next year, they really seem to, they didn't confirm it, but they did allude to the fact that they hope to be able to get things more accurate. And we might even see this year, but it really feels like for 2K25, they're going to work harder to get things like the accurate Trons and the accurate theme music to go with the models that you're grinding to unlock. Now, speaking of 2K25, this is rumors, I'm speculating here, but 2K25 DLC could get very fun for a lot of people. And one of the big things is going to be Victoria, who has signed a Legends deal with WWE very recently, and she did post it online, and I'm very happy for her. She should be Hall of Fame in the 2K games, all of that good stuff. Victoria is fantastic, and I'm so glad that she got this Legends contract. So as even Victoria alluded to, we would see her in WWE programming, we would see her with Mattel action figures, which is great, and we could all safely assume WWE 2K games. Because it's still so early on in the year and in the development cycle, there is a very good chance that we could see Victoria as part of 2K25 DLC, which I would be super excited for. There are rumblings, there are rumors online of other superstars that we could see, and on the female side, on the diva side, Melina is another superstar that people have talked about that could be getting a Legends contract. And if we saw the likes of Victoria, Melina, Tori Wilson, and others getting Legends contracts, or WWE and 2K utilizing the Legends deals, we could see them back in the WWE 2K games, which is great for the fans for those superstars. The other superstar, the other legend that we could be seeing in WWE 2K25, Jesse the Body Ventura. Ventura mentioned in recent interviews that his relationship with WWE is better now and good, and he's even said in the podcast that it's because Vince is not there anymore. I personally think there's a very good chance you're going to see Jesse Ventura make his way back to WWE and then WWE 2K games. It's been a very long time. Ventura, if they want to make a big deal out of it, they could use him as a pre-order bonus, or they could just put him in as a future DLC pack. The other DLC that I would love to see here for 2K25, and it's now more than ever, it's possible, but an NXT TNA crossover pack. Because as we have seen this past week, Julia has made her official NXT debut, which is awesome, and it's very possible we could see Julia in 2K25 as a headliner for DLC, which I would love to see that. Joe Hendry has been all over NXT television. Jordan Grace, obviously. The partnership with TNA is not stopping, and it's continuing to grow. And so I really hope that 2K can give us an NXT TNA crossover deal and give us that as part of a DLC next year. Because the DLC has been moved up to September 18th, my hope is that we are going to be getting a full big boy patch coming out on September 18th too. Usually with the DLC, they are going to give us something larger with a large amount of fixes to go with it. I wouldn't expect anything crazy in terms of additions, but we know that things like community creations, balding superstars, and more are an issue. And yes, online servers are still a problem even after 2K did their most recent patch, which was supposed to address the stability and connections for online. And I have totally seen this where people have posted videos and images that they can't connect to online matches. Stability is an issue. It's glitching. The lag is atrocious. It's still an issue going on. But Jade's entrance looks great, and I can't wait to see more WWE 2K entrances for the DLC. We should be getting more every single week as they lead up to the DLC reveal. And if you guys want to talk more WWE 2K stuff, click this video right here and let's have some more fun. Have a great day. See ya.